What's up, y'all? So, I just got home. Um, Work was a pretty good day. Um, Only problem is everything outside of work at this point. So, you know, um, like I tell you, I'm being electronically harassed. Frequencies to the body. I get the infrasound attacks. Matter of fact, there's a infrasound frequency that's basically permanently always connected into my ears. I could literally pinch the frequency and pull it away from the ear and feel pressure release from the head. Then all day today there's a frequency like attached. It's like a light frequency that's penetrating through the top of the skull. I'm trying to use a type of plate of a sort that's supposed to be wrapped in conductive material and hopefully, well, supposedly energy absorbent material, but it's not really blocking the light at all. And it's like going directly to the pineal gland, or at least it feels like it's going directly to the pineal gland because it's where the pressure is at. It's at the center of my brain. So, and when I find the frequency, like right here. So like in between my thumb and my finger, I have actually grabbed the light frequency, right? And when I pull upwards, I could literally feel like something pulling at my brain going in that direction. So it's like I can actually feel the pulse or the energy that's being carried by that frequency. And when I pull upwards, I could feel pressure release from my brain, and then it's also like as if I'm pushing something away from my body and it's going up against my palm. And that's pretty much like an everyday thing. If it's not the pineal gland that they're attacking, it's somewhere along the memory processing areas. It'll either be the right side or the left side, but most of the time it's the left side. Then if they're not going after the pineal gland or the memory, they're going after the cerebellum. They're going after the cerebellum in the back, right? Um, and I try to use a number of different. Um, I try to use a number of different materials to try to see if I can block the light. But seems like sometimes it seems like I might actually have to make a magneto helmet, like you know. But like even right now, like I haven't opened my hand yet, and I still feel the frequency that I grabbed from up here, pulsing in between my thumb and my index finger. Like like it's right here. I could feel it pulsing in between my thumb and index finger, and that has been traveling with me just about all day today, all throughout New York City. And that is mostly because they basically have dominate. They're dominating the frequency spectrum um, all throughout New York City. Um, New York City is basically a smorgasbord of um, hackers working under a network. But let me see. Trying to see what's happening now. Anyway, um, yeah. So along aside from that, what I'm dealing with now is so I went with my mother to PC Richards and Son to get help her get a new printer for her computer. Now the only problem is most, if not all, new printers today they're all wireless, and you already know that's kind of a big problem. So um, what I did was I got a surge protector, hoping that maybe the surge protector can help protect the printer and the computer and stuff like that from anything that they'll do that's like kind of like scalar energy or what do they call it, scalar vacuum or energy vacuum attacks that can cause a power surge or pull energy away from something to keep it from working properly. um Now I remember I set up the printer and I had got it to print the first night we came in. I set up the printer. It was printing, everything was fine. Then all of a sudden, I try to go and spend the weekend with my girlfriend and her family. And my mom, she calls me and she's like, "Yeah, the printer's not working, and you need to come and fix it." Da da da. Da. So I'm like, okay. So I come, I check it out, and it's saying, it's like all of a sudden it's saying, um, all of a sudden it's saying that you will not be able to print because of something with your HP account. And I'm like, your HP account? And I'm like, since when, HP basically can block you from using your printer that you purchased? This is when, it's like they're doing way too much now. And that's because everything is wireless. If it was a regular hardwired printer, you wouldn't have to worry about any of this. But because now everything is wireless, you know, HP got some type of setup now, so they can, it's like they can prevent you from um, printing anything if if something is up with your account. Now the problem is, why was it printing properly the first time I had purchased the print? We had purchased the printer, but then all of a sudden the next day there's a problem with the HP account. So and I already know about how they like what's happening, especially anything technological. I've learned to let it go. That's the main key you all must remember is anything technological, if it's not working properly or something goes out of whack, already you gotta just chuck it up. Like I literally, like, if I can't necessarily figure it out myself, or if you set it up, or yeah, if you set it up properly and it was working just fine when you first got it, and you set it up properly, then all of a sudden it stops working properly, you already know what's happening. And then the fact that it's not like I'm going to be the one that's primarily using the printer. It's my mother. She doesn't really know anything about technology. So on top of that, they're going to go after her because she don't know and she doesn't have the patience, she doesn't understand. They're going to go after her because she's an easier target when it comes to technology. Everything that they do is mostly based on technology. And if there's not technology that you have in your house, they'll do something else. They'll probably try to, like, if they can break into your house and do things, they'll do that. If they can prevent you from, getting, services from, human resources or whatever the case may be, because they got people working within the system for them, they'll do that. So I hate to say this, but it's the most honest and truest thing, and it's the most powerful thing that I can tell anybody that's being targeted. Learn to accept that they have control over things that you don't have control over. Acknowledge the things that you have control over, and acknowledge the things that they will have control over. The moment you acknowledge that, that's when you keep all of the energy, all of the power to yourself. You are giving the power back to yourself. The moment you acknowledge that, you will not get upset. You will not allow anyone to make you upset. You will not allow anything that happens that's outside of your control to lower your frequency. Why? Because you already know. You already know. And I can't she's not going to get it. She's 74 years old. Don't really know much about technology. They're doing everything, with technology, and she wanted a HP printer. I mean, I probably I would have rather just her getting like an old school, printer that wasn't wireless, but most of these printers are all wireless or whatever. So basically, yeah. So, what else? So after that, I'm trying to see if I could fix the computer, to fix the printer or whatever. And I was looking for if we had, like, because I remember with the last printer, I had to take it apart so then we could send it back. And it came, and we had our own cable that connects the printer to the computer, like a hardwire cable, like a hardware um, printer to computer. She's using a desktop, and I figured that that'll be much easier to use because if it's not wireless, it's a lot. It at least decreases the chances of you know them fully being able to manipulate it, because if it's hardwired to the computer, they would have to go into the computer and do things, but because it's wireless, all they got to do is gain access to the Wi-Fi, and boom, they can just do whatever they want. So yeah. So um now I go I went to work today, and she's very impatient. And then she doesn't really fully understand everything that I'm going through when it comes to being targeted. Um, she obviously doesn't get V2K. She doesn't she doesn't understand what's truly, she all she thinks is her body is old and banged up, and she doesn't understand a lot of things. Like, I can feel I can feel the radiance of like negative energy coming off of her body. Like, they are pumping her up. She can't sleep on her couch in the living room because the couch is predominantly all made of metal, and metal is a conductor for radiation, so they basically beam her with radiation while she sleeps on the couch. And then her bedroom, her bedroom is too cold because she has four windows in her room, so the cold air seems to get into her room a lot more. The cold air gets into her room a lot more, so she tends to sleep in the living room. um I know from experience, just from laying on her on the couch, um, for probably, like, I was just watching a movie in the living room one day, and I'm just laying on the couch. And then after the movie, I get up and my body is sore and like stiff and everything. Like I feel like I was pumped up and everything, you know. Um, and Yeah, so that I get here, she called this computer expert to come in, and I'm just like, she didn't really necessarily need it to do that because all I had to do was just call HP. It said the error message on the printer said it was a problem with the HP account. With that being said, so I'm like, oh, okay, so all I gotta do is call HP. Now I wanted to try to call HP last night, but she kept trying to rush me off the computer and telling me to get off because I guess she don't believe I would know what I'm doing, or she don't think I could, you know, do things or whatever. I don't know what the case is, but she has a very particular way about her, like, and I've known this all my life, so I've learned to just let things go. I have to protect my peace, so I learned to let things go. That's how I protect my peace because I know who she is and how she is. Um, so now she has this computer expert guy. I know him. He's always been a pretty decent guy, I would say. But um yeah. So now he's here. I had went and bought the cable because I wanted to try to see if I can reconnect the printer using the cable myself. But she called him in because I guess she felt like, well, what she told me herself is, no, I'm gonna have the computer expert do it because you obviously don't seem to have time for me, and I know that's pretty much that's in essence that's, I mean, she's not purposely trying to gaslight me or anything, but that's just how she is because she always want things her way anyway. And then she also doesn't really fully understand what I go through on an everyday basis, 24 hours a day. Um, but I know one thing for sure though. This it's not even the technological warfare because I don't even know who in the government could actually be trying to help those who are being harassed and tormented on a technological phase, or stage rather. But I do know this though, at some point there's got to be some white hat, hackers or some good people out in this world that's got to be trying to see if they can, well, I mean, no, there are good people out there that's doing some work for us TIs, like Amy Hollum. She apparently has this app that she's making that's supposed to actually record, track, and trace where rogue signals can be coming from. You can Sounds like he's done. I don't know. I'm gonna go on there and check. You know, but I found it interesting that when he finished looking at the computer, I came in the room at the perfect time. Too. I came in the room, and he's like telling her, "Yeah, I have to call HP because when you purchase a device, they have to unlock the device to you in order for you to use it." And I'm just thinking to myself, I told her that, and she doesn't trust when HP has to do their remote access work to gain access to your computer so then they can go and check out their products. She's using an HP desktop computer and an HP printer, but she doesn't like them being able to remotely access her computer. When I tell you there are some things that are outside of your control that you need to learn to let go. People are one of them. Learn to protect your peace. You have to be a master of protecting your peace. Doesn't matter if they're family, friends, whoever. Learn to protect your peace. Don't allow yourself to get upset. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. If somebody want to do it their way, let them do it their way. Because when something doesn't work out the way they expect it to, don't even like get like happy because you can do the whole "I told you so" thing. Just acknowledge that you were right the whole time and be grateful for the fact that you actually maintained your peace through that whole ordeal, and you allow that person to hopefully see that you were right the whole time. And then I guess the more gratifying thing would be if they actually acknowledge that you were right the whole time. They'll probably apologize. If not, whatever. You know you were right. Anyway, yeah, the V2K people, they talking to their audience right now. They're like, they're always constantly saying Chris don't know how to do nothing properly, or Chris has no idea. Oh, the streets is watching your memories, or oh, the whole city is watching you. All this type of stuff. I need to do a little bit more reading on this digital twin technology and what is it, sentient world simulation or something like that. I forgot what it's called, but yeah. And I learned I definitely didn't allow that statement to bother me about how she felt like I don't have time for her. But I mean, I've I've given her a lot of time, and then now that I'm you know seeing someone, you know I'm trying to divide my time up between seeing her, knowing she's a mom, who is doing like a co-parenting situation, and she doesn't necessarily, like, she doesn't have her own place, so she's dealing with her own stresses. So I try to do what I can to help, mediate, or to help, her get through whatever situation she's going through. I got my own stuff that I'm going through. And then my mom, she got her own stuff that she's going through. But I'm trying to manage all three different people at the same time. You know, but I kid you not, God is keeping me. God is, them holy angels is working with me. And you know what? One of the best messages that I've been carrying with me is learn to let go of things that are outside of your control. That is one of the most powerful things you can do when you're being targeted. And that is one of the most powerful things that's just a life hack in itself. Learn to acknowledge the things that you can't control and learn to just let it go and just let the present, just let it play out the way it's supposed to. Because at the end, only you can manage yourself. Only you can manage yourself. They're going to try to manipulate you. Yeah, they're going to try to manipulate you. But if you're paying attention to your mind, body, and spirit, their manipulation is going to come up against a much even stronger opposition, which is your willpower to maintain your peace and maintain your health and maintain, how you manage yourself in this world of, well, simulation and stimulation, whether it's positive or negative stimulation. But anyway, I'm gonna go in here and check on her to see how everything played out. I'll probably just do a short to see how it works out. But anyway, take life one breath, one thought, one step, one day at a time. Peace.